this upgrade cycle and letting them know and communicating with them about it, they're likely to want to fix it before it comes out so that they don't get a ton of emails.
So I thought that, and so we used to not communicate upgrades and things like that very well, or do betas or anything like that. And now we sort of over-communicate with just a ton of information, thanks to Jane and other people. And it's just a ridiculous amount of over-information. It doesn't seem to have changed that much. So I feel like we need more sort of community-based measures, so that's not an undue burden on plugin off. Another thing I'd love to do is, right now, the way plugin compatibility is indicated in the plugin directory is based on basically a field in the README, where the plugin office says this has been tested up to 2.5. But it might still work with 2.7. And I'd love to have some sort of way for all the users of the plugins and all the users of the plugin directory to say what something is compatible with or not. And that sort of is the information we use to determine compatibility rather than this arbitrary field, which might not be updated. It relies on the plugin office to update it, which is, again, an undue burden. These sort of things are what community is good at. It's what WordPress community is good at. And that's what we should, so that and plugin translations, I think are the two things I want to move away from relying and weighing too heavily on the plugin office.
Is there another?
Hi. The journalism space is changing very quickly. My girlfriend recently graduated from University of China in journalism, and most of the people in her class aren't even bothering to look for jobs. And I heard that are not bothering to look for jobs just because the prospects are so bad. And I heard that there were 10,000 layoffs between January and June this year in the newspaper industry. So have you seen an increase in the uptake among that group using WordPress.com? And is WordPress as an organization automatically able to reach out to that particular group? Because I think that's a group that could benefit from being exposed to some of the opportunities of blogging.
Yeah, we've seen huge uptake from what would be termed traditional media using WordPress. New York Times has a ton of WordPress blogs, probably 50 or 100, and they actually invested in the last round of funding that Automatic did. New York Times is actually an investor. CNN hosts like 50 or 60 blogs with us. Wall Street Journal has a bunch of WordPress blogs, even Fox News. All basically the gamut of media is all embracing blogs in a real way. I think that's pretty cool because I like to think that traditional media is in trouble, but journalism is not in trouble, right? Because I'm seeing acts of journalism occurring all over in places where, where previously they might have been confined to the halls of something like the New York Times. And that really excites me as, a lover of journalism and, in some ways, newspapers. And I would love to see that format evolve. Like, I'm addicted to my Kindle. Does anyone have a Kindle here? Can you get him a Kindle?
No, here.
What are drinks for us?
Yeah, next time I see Jeff, I'll be like, hey. Yeah, the Kindle's amazing. You guys can drive to New York and get them, or I don't know how it works, but it's completely changed my reading habits. And to me, so with the change for me, I don't get any newspapers on my Kindle, but I do get a couple magazines on there now. And those magazines I never read before in my life. One of which is the New Yorker, which I always felt guilty like I should read, but I never actually did. And after for my Kindle, and I'm reading it more and more, and I've become smarter and stupider as a result. So it's been kind of awesome.
Just ask a question for the crowd. Who here works for a media company and uses WordPress? Because I know there's a few. Because we've been hearing a lot of WordPress in lots of media company around. Okay, other questions?
Hi. I saw your article in the and I saw your rewrite on the blog. I see that your company use a WordPress template which allows you to do project collaboration. I can't remember what it's called. It's P2. That's the P2. I used to use Basecamp, 37 Signals Basecamp, and I found it good, but if you're a small business, it's a little bit expensive. Do you think there's any development in WordPress where if anybody here has used Basecamp, there's a huge amount of similarity between Basecamp and what the functionality is of WordPress? Do you think there's a direction that WordPress could go to offer a project collaboration area of WordPress, a template, where you could have widgets that would be the tasks, you could upload the files
Well, so internally at Automatic, that's what we use P2 as. We use it as basically a project management tool and a communication tool. And there's a blog post on my blog you should check out. It's how P2 changed Automatic, I think. And it has completely transformed how we work. Now, there's a couple things missing, right? Like Basecamp it's kind of like, when I first saw it, like, it's just kind of like a stripped down blog. It's like milestones and really good handling of files and versions and all that sort of stuff. But I'm not sure if you need all of that. You could even take the 37 signals mousetrap less all the way down, and have less than Basecamp does, and have a more useful product. The thing that I think is sort of crucially missing in P2 that will make it a lot more useful for that is, well, those of you, who here has seen P2? Oh, cool. So, a good amount. But a lot of you haven't. So, check out, if you just Google, if you go to p2theme.com, that's P as in N, 2.com, 2. I know it's that horrible. I guess that was backwards. It's got a video on it that sort of shows how it works and everything like that. And it's open source, available for .com and .org. The thing it's really missing, though, is it puts a box at the top of the homepage, just like Twitter has, so you don't need to go to the dashboard to post things. But if you want to do any media or files, you have to go to the dashboard. And to me, that's a lot of friction to have to do that. And every time I do that, I cringe and make a funny face like this. So that's a good indication that there will be a file uploading feature on the homepage of V2 in the future.
Yes, is there a
make it a lot more useful.
And just briefly, in the open source PHP app space, there is a kind of unpopular but existing Basecamp clone called Project Pier. It's got a horrible name. Project P-I-E-R, like a boat would land on. It's not under particularly active development, but it exists and it works all right. And it's like Basecamp, but you can have as many users as stuff like that. It's directly cloned features.
Okay, we have another question here.
I was wondering if,
Exactly.
oh, thanks. That's kind of like Chris. Will there be any, additional, Google Gears? I mean, I live in Vermont. We have limited internet access. I like to blog.
Where's Vermont? Is that like a third world country?
We have less internet access than third world countries. Even over the wires. But I'm just wondering if there'd be, more offline functionality for, I can do it on my local host, but...
Yeah. So I guess if you have a lot of maple syrup clogging your tubes, I would love for WordPress to work just the same offline as online. There's a lot of work between here and there. Like a lot. You kind of have to abstract how WordPress interacts with the database, which is kind of all it does. And move that so it can work with SQLite, through JavaScript, which is what here supports, HTML5 supports, and everything like that. My hope is that around the time that HTML5 is sort of being ratified, or probably before that, because it's doing 2021 or something, right? So before that, we start to really make some moves. Basically, how we use Google Gears now is sort of like an offline CDN. It just caches a bunch of files locally that makes it faster, but doesn't have that huge an impact, right? Because it's still going back to the server for all of this stuff. And it's been buggy. We've had a lot of trouble with Google Gears, to be honest. I mean, it's been the source of, has anyone ever upgraded and the WordPress looks like it was from 1995 and everything's all over the page? Yeah, it happened to you. Was it Google Gears? Yeah. That's a tough problem, and it's really annoying because people are like, the apocalypse on my blog, and you're like, no. So these technologies are still being worked on. In the meantime, there's some amazing desktop blogging plans. What platform, Mac or Windows or Linux? Yeah, so on Mac you have Ecto and Mars Edit and a few there. And basically, for everything you do on the back end of WordPress, there is now an XML RPC API, also an admin API. So pretty much everything you do in WordPress, you can also do from a desktop client. And some of them are, actually, the best one is from Microsoft. Thank you, Microsoft, for sponsoring.